I've showed on the video where there's one bolt left in, and this is where I've had to take the cover off the roof. And get that bolt out, that bolt, and that bolt. I have to take all the fittings off. This is the bolt I showed in the video, which way to get it out. There's one there to take out. You've got to loosen that nut and then use a hammer to knock it up over. This one you have to use the screwdriver under here and turn the bolt at the same time and push the screwdriver up. And as you get further on, you have to use sort of like a hammer for leverage under here as you screw it loose. Still pretty solid even though some of the bolts are out. Got this part loose here. Once you get the screws out the back piece of wood, this part lifts up here, but there are screws in the back of here which go into this bit, which would be the same on this side. Screws will go in the back of here, but you can't get to them for your shower wall, so I'm going to have to find a way of how to get the screws out of here, maybe hacksaw. That's the first screw on this side. The first one's easier to get to with a hacksaw. Got the whole top of the bed off now. This is where I mentioned earlier about the 3 screws that come in from the back of here. I got the first one off easy with a hacksaw. Then I had to use a tendon saw to make it cut along here so I get the hacksaw blade in, get those 2 screws off. And this bit timber in here, they've actually made a proper radius piece of timber for to go around where the screws come in from the Herzum strip, the alloy strip. This bit in this corner, there was no radius piece of timber fitted in, there was nothing there, so that'll probably come to the manufacturers like that. This bit's nice and dry. So to get all the screws out of the alloy strip, take the strip off. Then I'll be able to put the new timbers back in there. And then the screws will come into good timber then. This job up here, you've got to get the existing wall board off that goes up inside of there. I'll just use a chisel in here to get this off here. Really get the wall board in there. It's a little bit naughty to get off. Once you get off all the way along there into the corner, that'll give room for the wall board to go in eventually. Just an update on the motorhome. I've been working on this for 2 weekends, and it was outside, but I've managed to get it stored indoors, which is great because it helps it to dry out inside. Now it's dried out, we're having it indoors for a week. But this side I had to take off. Of course, as I mentioned before, the radius piece of timber was missing. So I've took this first strip off. I don't think there's any water getting in there because it took a lot of getting off. This is the strip I'm cleaning off at the minute, the aluminium strip. It's quite difficult to get off. Just use a scraper, take bits off at a time. Takes a while when you get it off like this. But this is the next piece I need to take off. Take the Reassembling strip out the centre, the red rubber, take it off, up to just at the edge of the window where I think there's a joint in the aluminium frame. Hopefully it is. I'll take the strip off, clean that and see what it's like underneath. Just another update. I've took the reel off the side. Doesn't look as if there's been much stuff put on here. That'll be from when it came from the factory. The other one. No, it's sealed never out of it. That's why the water's been getting in for a long, long time. Just another update on the Merlin Motorhome. Putting the alloy strip back on, we'll put one back on. This is going to be the second one we'll put on. Judging how much sealant you need on here. Quite a bit squirted out on the first one, so I'll just put a little bit less on this one. In the corners, especially where it's the top. Right, just another short update on the Merlin. I've done the alloy strip. Now I'm going to seal along the joint here, plus put some on the holes. Update on the motorhome, putting the earthen strip back in here by using the corner of the scraper, push it in there. There's probably different ways of making a template for to fit this bit here. Suppose you could use a thick lining paper, or you could use some thin cardboard. I used a piece of cardboard. What I did was measure from this point up here down to here, and I measured from that point in the corner there down there. Then I measured from this point here straight down there. Then obviously for the length from there into the corner, I transferred those measurements onto a piece of cardboard, then cut it out, then tried it in, and that's the way I used. One. Lovely.
Eh?
Lovely job.
Lovely job. Obviously the thing's still pushing it out. But that...
Yeah, that's okay there, isn't it? Oh, there's Spen. Hello, Spen.
Well, look at that front.
It's dropped. What do you think?
Just a bit of wood.
Any better?
Oh, but it's still... It's weird, isn't it? It's more there, isn't it, when it's...
Does it seem better, does it?
That's not too bad there.
Yeah.
It's just here where it's the worst, this bit. Trying to lay on this printing fibre.
Oh, right. Is it better?
Yeah, a bit.
Is it worth trying the big one in yet or not?
Nah, it's still, see how you're still pushing it
Yeah,
outwards?
a little bit. Still bending, isn't it?
Alright.
Just a short update. I've got this piece fitted in. I've got to glue it in yet. Looks like a pretty good fit. I put masking tape on around the edges whilst I was attempting to fit it in so as I didn't damage any of the edges. Obviously I'll take the masking tape off when I come to glue it on. It's a new radius piece out there making in the corner. I'll pull that one out as well just to make sure. On this side, that's another radius piece I made. I had to put these timbers in smaller pieces because there's screws come from here into the body, so you can't put the timber in one piece, so I had to put a few small pieces in. Put down bits of polystyrene in this morning, ready to put the wallboards on. I've got both wallboards on now. I ordered a tub of glue from Merlin Motorhomes, and you get the glue and the hardener. It tells you that you can't use half of it. It doesn't work, I don't know why. But I used the whole tub. Well, it wasn't a tub, it's only actually quarter full when you get it. But I put some glue on the back of this wallboard. It actually wasn't enough. It should have been, but the reason it's not enough is when you take the wallboard off, you actually pull some polystyrene away with it when you take the old wallboard away. So you're probably short of a couple of mil of polystyrene. So I had to put the whole tub on this one for it to get a hold. So it's pretty expensive, 20 quid to put one wallboard on. This is the bed that come out of the motorhome. I've been stripping it. Took this off. Just to see how the timbers are made inside. Maybe to use those curved timbers. I'm not sure yet. I've done most of the work myself on this. I had a little bit help off the son-in-law and a little bit help off the grandson. When I come to putting the bed in, I wasn't too sure about that. So a friend of mine put me in touch with someone, a mobile caravan services. It's J&J Mobile caravan services, Cramlington, Northumberland. You come to have a look and measure up for the wood. He started this job, putting the bed in, because he couldn't get it out in one piece because of this wall. So he started to make this. This bit here was all loose when I took the old bed out. We just tightened all this up. after he gets the frame made, he's going to take it back out so he can get the plywood underneath and fit it back in. And he's made these pieces to fit in there. He's going to put quite a few bits along there, which makes the sloping piece comes down to the bed to there. And he put the plywood on the top. A couple of pieces to fit in the corner. He thinks it'll take about 2 days to complete the job. What makes him more handy, I think, is he's not just a caravan fitter, he's a cabinet maker.